inaugurated the interministerial committee or joint task force, if you like, on the FIFA World Cup. He spoke to the press and he had something really interesting to say, and it's got social media buzzing. Here's the sports minister, Kofi Adams.
This is the first time 3 nations are going to be hosting, and it looks like FIFA is adapting that rule now. 2030 and then 2034 is also adapting the same line. So maybe, who knows, the next one will be Ghana, Nigeria, and then Cote d'Ivoire coming together to also host the World Cup, and it will be good. With the level of infrastructure His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wants us to do, I believe that we, together with Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, who have already invested quite a lot because they hosted AFCON not too long ago, we can also ask for that right.
Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria can joint host the World Cup. And the sports minister says that is possible in the year 2038. The next World Cup after USA, Canada, and Mexico 2026 will be Portugal, Spain, and Morocco 2030. And then in 2034, it's only a single host. That would be Saudi Arabia. That has also been determined already. So the next host will be in 2038. That is when the sports minister believes Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria can throw their hats in the ring and seek for the rights to host the World Cup. So, we are a nation of possibilities, aren't we? We just need to solve the simple issue of building rail and, supplying constant electricity to Nigeria, ensuring security. Boko Haram is rooted out, and build roads, expand hotels, build like 16 new stadia, especially in Ghana. Some of Cote d'Ivoire stadia might qualify. Nigeria needs to build at least 8 new stadia of their own. I mean, it seems like a walk in the park, doesn't it? Can Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria host the World Cup in 2038? Is there a realistic chance of that happening? That's what the sports minister thoroughly believes, that with the investment that President John Dramani Mahama is making in Ghana, Ghana certainly will be in the position to join host the competition. Will Nigeria be? And he says Cote d'Ivoire already far gone. So it looks like there is real belief in what he's saying. So that's a conversation we may dabble into for a little bit. Also, we know the path for DR Congo to the World Cup qualification. In case you missed it, the draw yesterday, the Intercontinental Play draw was held. So DR Congo had a bye at the beginning, so they will not be playing. 4 countries have been drawn against each other. New Caledonia will take on Jamaica, and then you also have Bolivia also taking on. Who are Bolivia playing? Bolivia are also in action against another country. And then the winners of those 2 countries will go and play Iraq or DR Congo. And we know that the path awaiting DR Congo is the winner of the Jamaica-New Caledonia match. So Jamaica versus New Caledonia, the winner will take on DR Congo for a place at the World Cup. Are DR Congo not capable of beating either of these 2 teams? I mean, that is another story for another day. So I'm very, very sure that DR Congo will be feeling very confident that they can qualify for the World Cup. They haven't done so since 1974. So it's been a really, really long time. Since 1974. That is a long, long time ago. So that's what it is. And I'm really hopeful that DR Congo will qualify for the World Cup. There was also the CAF Awards. Ashraf Hakimi is the African Player of the Year. So there's a lot of conversations to get into. Plus, club football returns this weekend. Some Ghana Premier League action and also some EPL action. Of course, Barcelona also back to their new stadium at the Camp Nou. So many things to talk about. There's a London derby and what have you. So we'll try and go through every single one of those. The number is 055-111-1997. On WhatsApp, if you have thoughts on any of the things we'll be talking about here, We're very much interested in your thoughts. 055 1111 997. Quite unfortunate that Nigeria will not be at the World Cup. Imagine Nigeria awaiting the winner of New Caledonia and Jamaica. They would have. It looks like the path was clear, but I can't think far.
Do you know the relationship, the bilateral relationship that we have with Qatar? As a government, then Nigeria will not be in Qatar. It's not. Just think about it. You want to see Buhari in Qatar, and he will gladly come to Qatar. It will be an aberration for Nigeria not to be in the U.S. Because you can imagine the highest number of educated immigrants in the U.S. and Nigerians. The number of people, they are going to play the World Cup finals, New Jersey, you call it the Tri-State, New Jersey, New York, and they're all together. And there are lots and lots of Nigeria. So if you think about Nigeria not being, it's something that I personally cannot think about.
Japan can't think about it, but anyway, guys, Danny K is here. DK, how you doing? You all right?
I'm a very happy man.
Why?
One of my favorite countries in the world, Haiti. I've qualified.
Haiti?
I've qualified for the World Cup. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's and they did so without playing a single game at home, huh?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Their coach has never been to Haiti.
Because the team itself doesn't even go to Haiti.
Go to Haiti. You go there and see what will happen to you.
Yeah. What about Curaçao?
Oh, they are my guys.
Less than 200,000 people.
You know the only what do you call them? Curaçaoans, or Curaçaoian or something.
You mean people from Curaçao?
Yeah. I only know one person from Curaçao.
Ooh.
Oh, you actually know someone from?
Oh yeah, Turandu Martina.
Right.
Martina used to run for the Dutch though.
No.
There was
she
another
was running
Martina.
for Netherlands Antilles, which is now Curaçao.
Yes.
Then Umunisika, so he went to the colonial master, but he's originally from
I get
Curaçao.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know only one.
Suriname are also playing against
Van Dijk,
Bolivia.
Van Dijk, Suriname.
Is it only Van Dijk?
I think he's about the most prominent.
No, the other former Liverpool midfielder. The
but
black guy that left. What's his name?
Which one?
Oh, the one that they said his stepfather was Ghanaian. No, Liverpool. What's his name? The Dutch boy.
Ryan
Midfielder.
Babel.
No.
Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum.
Yeah. So Van Dijk's mother is from Charlie. She has a really interesting name.
What's her name?
Helen Shinfu Siu.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Pronounce this.
Oh.
So
Helen
the Siu
what?
is not me making it up. Oh.
Ellen Chin Fo Su.
Yeah.
Su.
That's his name.
Where is Situ
that's
when
her
you need
name.
him? Yeah, that's her name.
Interesting.
Serious matter.
She is of Afro-Surinamese and Chinese descent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's Van Dijk's mother.
Oh, interesting. So Suriname will play against Bolivia. The winner of that game will then play against Iraq for a place at the World Cup. So
Yeah.
there's possibility Suriname could also qualify. But then, DK, have you finally found out what somebody from Curaçao is called?
Curaçaoian.
Kuri what?
Curaçaoian.
Spell it.
Curaçao, the I-A-N.
So there's A-O-I-A-N.
Masa, me, I'm doing my thing.
The Curaçao ends with A-O. So you are saying that we should add I-A-N.
No, it's just A-N. But that's how it's pronounced. Either that's or you add L-E-A-N at the end.
Say it.
At the I beg you.
Out of respect for the people.
So Curaçaoian or Curaçaolian. The first one without L would just
So you write Curaçao.
and you add A-N. That's Curaçaoian. Or Curaçaolian.
You
add
introduce an L.
Yes, lean. L-E-A-N at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
as in like Caribbean.
Yes.
E-A-N.
Yes.
Curaçaolian.
Yes.
So you have to introduce an L.
Yes. That's
And what's their national team called?
how.
Black Curaçaolians. The Kurus. Oh, God. Curaçao will be in the same pot as Ghana.
Quick.
Hey.
Quick.
DK, let's go through the pots. We'll get to the other issues, but since we're on the topic of the World Cup, it's amazing how Curaçao obviously qualified for the World Cup.
So the national team is called the Blue Family or the Blue Wave.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The Blue
Family.
Okay.
Oh, I am sure owing to the presumably clean beaches they would have. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is blue, yellow.
Is it what?
So their flag is blue and yellow and something.
So there's Blue Family, Blue Sharks, Blue Samurai. Quite a number of blues at this World Cup.
Blue Wave.
You know the Blue Samurai,
Yeah.
Japan.
They didn't score.
You know the Blue Sharks,
Friday then do
Blue
we?
Sharks do.
Capo Verde.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. All of them at the World Cup. So, that's really impressive. So we let's go to the ports. So this is the most significant thing that you must know. The World Cup draw will happen on December 5. There will be 12 groups. Okay, the 12 groups will have 4 teams each. This is the first time that we will play a 48-team World Cup. So the format is extremely important and you must listen as we try to provide all of that information for you. It's 48 teams, so that is a lot. So at this World Cup, when you qualify out of the group stages, your first knockout match will no longer be a round of 16 game. You're going into a round of 32.
Crazy.
So it is possible that somebody can say they made it out of the group and yet you only made it into the round of 32. Someone that made it out of the group in 2006 made it to the round of 16. So to make it to the round of 16 means to reach 2 stages of the knockout rounds at the moment. So that's what it is. And we'll talk about the geography of the World Cup as well. But we will go through the draw procedure and what have you. And all that. The ports we know have been determined. FIFA hasn't officially released the ports, but everybody is making a reasonable deduction based on the current FIFA ranking, based on the rules that FIFA have released for how they will conduct the draw. The ports will be determined by the FIFA rankings of all the teams that have qualified. So the top 12 teams, the top 12 ranked teams will go straight into 9 of them actually. The top 9 ranked teams will go straight into the seeding plus the 3 host nations to make 12. So that would be Group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay, so Group A all the way to Group L will be occupied by the 3 host nations and the top 9 ranked teams from the November FIFA ranking. Am I correct? Good. And then the next 12 ranked teams per the FIFA rankings at the end of November would go straight into Port 2. And then the 12 after that will go straight into Port 3. And then the next ones after that will go into Port 4, including anybody coming through the playoff. That also includes the European teams that will come to the playoff. So it doesn't matter if you're a top-ranked team, like Italy is probably ranked in the top 20, right? But Italy will not go into Port 2 by virtue of the ranking because they are going to the playoff. So if you go to the playoff, it doesn't matter who you are.
Ports 4.
Straight.
AKA Ports.
You join Ghana.
Yes.
So that's the rule. So if we are going by that, DK, let's go through who will make it, who will be in Port 1, who will be in Port 2, Port 3, and in Port 4.
Oh, Port 1 is, so like we established, the top ranked teams, the top 9 in the world, and then the hosts. So the hosts are US. The top 9 are Mexico, Canada, Spain, Argentina, France, England, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany.
Okay.
So that's for Port 1. So, and the teams from one pot cannot face each other in the group phase.
Of course.
So each of them goes into one different group. So the first 10 groups will have one team each from Port 1. Then for pot 2, the next best ranked teams. Again, the same rules for pots 1 apply. The 2 of them cannot find themselves in the same group. So those teams are Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria, and Australia. So you've got 2 African teams in pot 2 in Senegal, and the hosts of the next AFCON, that is Morocco.
Okay.
Then for pot 3, you have Panama, Norway, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland, Paraguay, Ivory Coast, Tunisia, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa. So the bulk of Africa's representation is in pot 3, 5 of them. South Africa, Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Algeria, and Egypt, all in that group. Then for pot 4, you have Jordan, Cape Verde, Ghana, Curacao, Haiti, and Switzerland. Then the 4 teams that will come through the European playoffs and the 2 teams that will come through the intercontinental playoffs. So the African contingent could still increase by 1 if DR Congo are able to sneak in there.
And apart from UEFA, all the other continents, teams from the same continent cannot face each other.
No.
So even though you have Senegal and Morocco in pot 2 and Ghana in pot 4, we can't be drawn against any of them in any group. Same as all the African teams in pot 3, even though we are in pot 4, we can't be drawn against any of them. Same for the South American teams, same for the CONCACAF teams, same for the CONMEBOL teams. Only if you are from UEFA.
Yeah, because of the numbers that they have, up to 16 of their countries are coming for
UEFA,
the group
you
stage
mean?
alone. Yes, from
Exactly.
UEFA.
So it's
16.
natural that some of them will get drawn against each other.
So 12 of those places have already been determined. The next 4 will be determined in March.
Okay.
I think in the final week of March.
Let's go through a best case scenario for a draw and a worst case scenario for a draw for Ghana.
Thank you very much.
We could easily get Spain.
We could easily get Spain.
That is in pot 1.
France.
France in pot 2.
No.
He's saying
pot
that
1.
In pot 1 alone.
In pot 1.
He's listing the teams we could get.
Okay,
that we could get.
So I'm beginning with worst case scenario.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So worst case scenario, we could get Salisu against Messi. We could get Gideon Mensah against Lamine Yamal.
Osaka.
It's not funny, but I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Charlie, we could face Brazil. We could face.
You mean Esther against Gideon?
Esther. We could face Germany. We could face Belgium.
Germany crowd there, I wouldn't mind. We faced them twice in the last
We've never beaten
2.
them.
Fair, but we've been competitive, and their recent team too, some way. But the Spaniards, those people, I don't want Spain.
But the best case scenario.
No. Let's go through all the pots for worst case scenario.
So
let's say
scenario pot 2.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
So let's say in pot 1 we get Spain.
Yeah. So
the European champions.
Trouble. And then worst case scenario pot 2.
Yes.
We could get Croatia.
They have some pedigree.
Or even Japan.
Uruguay again.
Japan again. We could get Korea. And then maybe Austria. Austria.
Where is Norway?
Norway pot 3.
So you mean Haaland? Wait, okay.
So imagine we get Spain, and then we get
Croatia.
No, we can't, because if we want to take Haaland, they can be 3 European teams.
Okay,
so
good.
Spain, and then
Croatia.
Japan.
Japan.
And you better.
And then Norway.
Yes,
But you know the beautiful thing about this World Cup, you can be 3rd and still qualify.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So exactly, we'll get through that.
Yeah.
So,
but there's also the best case scenario.
In your view,
yes, which is we could draw Qatar.
But Qatar in pot
from
1?
pot 3.
Oh,
I'm starting from pot 3 too.
No, start from the top.
Pot 1, Canada.
Yes, we could draw Canada.
So you could draw one of the hosts.
Canada.
Yes, we could draw Canada. And then from pot 2 we could draw Iran.
You could get Iran in pot 2.
Yes, Iran in pot 2.
So if you get Canada, Iran
and then
pot 3.
Okay, then you can't get Qatar.
Iran, then be stubborn. Canada and Australia.
Australia will be them before. So you could get Canada, Australia, and Qatar. Qatar from pot 3.
So Canada, Australia,
That
Qatar.
one 9
Who
points.
perform power?
You go top the group.
You say,
See, Otuado,
you forgot
if you get a draw like this,
you forgot
anything
you
short
struggled
of 7
against,
points.
Niger, Mozambique, and Co before.
That was
Oh,
the
that
past.
was
The
okay.
pass is the
The
pass.
pass
The
is not
past
the
is not the
present.
present. Okay.
Okay, so Radin Yanko.
Me, that's my draw. Canada, Australia, Qatar.
Even if we get into a group with USA, I still don't mind.
Well, no, but
What you don't want to get into a group with is Mexico among the 3 hosts.
No, I have a better best case scenario.
Okay.
Canada,
Uh-huh.
Australia,
Uh-huh.
Panama. Oh, my
Panama in for 3.
Panama is sorrow. Panama.
are they the ones in England put 8 past us?
That's a
at
move
the-
scored like
yeah.
17.
That's
Panama.
okay.
So Ghana could get Argentina, and then you could get Croatia, and then you could get Norway and Ghana. That could easily become a group.
That one will use us for
Goal difference. Sicho Philip at stream is joining us via Zoom today. Sicho, what's your best case scenario for a draw? What's your worst case scenario for a draw?
You got serious. No, moves now. We are now better conditions.
Hey,
The best case scenario would be that we play the weakest team in Group A in Pot 1.
who would that be? Who would that be?
Oh, there are a couple of them.
It's
I think
Canada.
that, especially for the host nation, to be honest, the host nations are not looking good coming to the tournament.
The host nations are not
US are
ranked
not
in
looking
top
good.
12 crowd. If we are being critical,
Say
right?
again?
The host nations, they are not in the top 12 in the ranking, are they? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
no, they are not. No,
Mm.
no, they are not. They are not looking good coming into the competition at all. So
Mm.
if we get any of the host nations, I think that it will be good for us. But the only downside is that you don't want to play the host nation in the first game because China want everybody back in the back. If you get USA the way they are playing now, host nation or no host nation will score them. So yeah, I want that. And then but then we want import B or import 2 as well. We are looking at a team in the who's the weakest team in import 2. I'm trying to pick all the teams out so that
The
so
request
import A,
says
for instance.
Australia. I'll say Australia.
Wait,
Nyade.
in import A, for instance, if we are playing against some Georgia or the Georgia is import 3,
Yes,
we should be able to get the job done. So for me, ultimately, but again, you know something, do one thing I'm thinking about.
Uh-huh.
I always want Ghana to go to the World Cup facing some big team like one Argentina or one Portugal, like Portugal, some Germany. I mean, you like to watch your team play against these teams.
That is true.
Yeah. You want to see Ghana against Portugal like in the last World Cup, against Germany, against Argentina, something.
And to be fair, we always end up losing, but we never disgrace ourselves, right?
Yes, you showed up. Oh no, we didn't lose against Germany. We didn't lose
We
against
played
Germany.
them twice. We lost one and drew one.
And the
at
one
the
we
World
lost, I
Cup.
don't remember. The one we lost, no.
It was 2010. We lost our last group game.
Message also.
Let's go.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so but ultimately, of course, we are wishing. But look, here's the thing. Even though some teams are in, for example, import one,
Mm-hmm.
you have Mexico, Canada, USA in there because they are hosts, not because they are great. All the other teams are dangerous. If you look at Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, they are dangerous. So you don't want them. You want one of the hosts. They are the least impressive teams in this sport. Import 2. The teams Ghana can face import 2 are Croatia, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria, and Australia. So Danike, Australia. Then import 2. Import 3. You've got Norway, Panama, Scotland, Paraguay, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and of course, country South Africa. All of those teams, if you catch one Qatar for one side, in Pakistan, if you are good, don't want them. If you get Qatar for one side, you are good to go. But yeah, let's see how the draw goes. And hopefully by the time the draw is made and we get to the World Cup, whichever team that comes, we are able to get results good enough to take us into the next stage of the competition.
Yeah, I mean that's a Muftau says what? Okay, listen. So that's the situation. Obviously, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The draw is on December 5, so we'll find out. But there are other things around the World Cup that you must know, and it's our job to provide that information. Item number 1: Danike said that you can get 3 points, finish third, and go through. And this is what he means. Danike, explain.
So it's an expanded World Cup.
Yes.
48 teams. Yeah, because of the new, the extra knockout round, which is a round of 32. You have the top 2 teams in each group automatically qualifying.
Yes.
So we'll have 24 teams qualify automatically.
But we need 32.
But we need 32. So that's when you have the best placed, some of the best placed third place teams. That's
In
8.
fact, if yes, 8, we need 8 in number.
So 8 out of the 12 groups, the best 8 out of the 12 groups.
So 8 third place teams out of the 12 groups will go through.
Will go through.
Huh.
So it is possible for you to finish third and qualify. So if you go out in the group stage,
Challenge. What's
Charlie. If you go out in the group stage, what's some
Irredeemably
Hey.
bad.
No, that's true. That's true because out of the 4, so listen.
Less than half of the teams that have qualified to the World Cup will exit at the group stage.
Yes.
So if you go out, massa,
Wow.
no lie.
Wow. So what it means is that out of 48 teams that will go to the World Cup, only 16 will go back home
Yeah.
after the group stages.
So if you are part of that 16,
But you see, as at now, in terms of the rankings, we are part of the bottom 16. It's true.
No, it's fact.
It's facts.
It's fact. You are not making it
In
up.
terms of the rankings, we are supposed to go home in the group stages.
That's right.
Yes.
If the ranking is a determining factor
So
for
if we
who is
qualify
best,
for the round of 32, we have beaten the odds.
you mean we have overachieved?
We have overachieved.
that one I disagree.
Why?
No,
the
I
ranking
disagree.
is a measure of your true quality.
Wait, it is a function of your performance.
Yes.
If you underperformed, yeah,
Yeah.
and the rank, like the way we underperformed for about 24 months, and it has led us to the point where right now our rankings is what it is. It doesn't mean that if we're able to get some 4 points and make it out of the group stage, we have overperformed. Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen to this.
At the
Listen to
moment.
this. The FIFA ranking.
I'm not discrediting the ranking.
So the
I
ranking
understand the logic of it, but
Yes.
I'm saying that there are teams who have underperformed. Like where they are now, it is not their true level.
you mean they've overperformed?
No, they have underperformed. That's why they are.
But they are overperformers too, right?
I get you.
Yes.
I'm saying that
You
there is
you could be an overperformer.
there is equilibrium. There is no need for science lessons, but you are the one forcing. You are refusing to understand.
Because DK, if we take top 48 ranked teams in the world, you are not part.
We are not part.
But you are there at the World Cup.
No,
So
that's
you
not
are
in that.
overperformed.
No, I'm saying that the ranking is a direct function and a reflector of your recent performances.
Correct.
So to that extent, it is true.
Correct.
However, we also need to admit that there are teams like Ghana who have been so bad for a long time.
Yes.
So much so that even in the World Cup here, when they have been consistent, the backlog, they were so far behind on the rankings. Now, when such a team comes to the World Cup and is able to make 4 points and make it out of the group, they have not overperformed.
How?
Unless, of course,
You're saying, yes, okay. If I
by,
get you, you're
by
saying
the
that,
general
you're saying
definition of their performance levels,
Yes.
making it out of the group stage is not an overperformance.
So what you is trying to
So
say,
pedigree. You are using what?
no, not pedigree.
No.
So he's trying to say that the the FIFA ranking is the average performance over a 4-year period.
yes.
He's trying to say that there are teams whose last year will not undo all the bad from the 3 years prior.
Yes.
But their previous year's performance going to the World Cup shows that they are actually a team on the rise. So if that team goes and does well, don't be deceived and say because the 3 years
of
bad performances have dragged their ranking so low,
All
they're
of a
such a
sudden,
bad
if
team.
they make it out, because, for example, Italy are coming through the back.
You know, that's what that you say. That's what that you say. That's what that you say. Are you saying that if Ghana is ranked low, but if Ghana goes to the tournament and Ghana gets out of the group stages by having 4 points, it doesn't mean that Ghana has achieved anything because because they should have been good and they were bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's
No,
how I
I'm saying-
understand.
it doesn't mean we have overperformed.
What's trying
It's not
to
the
say?
same as
I'm just trying to say that Ghana was supposed to have been good anyway, and they've been bad in the last couple of years. So if they go to the World Cup and they take 4 points, based on the history of them being good, having been good some time ago, we shouldn't say it's an overachievement. But you are entering the tournament as a poor team. If you get out of the group by having 4 points, we will judge you by the current form, not by history.
What history?
No,
My
I'm not
point is
saying
what
judge by
history?
current form.
And the
I'm
history
saying
you are
that.
talking about.
I'm
what
saying that.
history?
You see, the
What's
the
the World
rankings just
Cup?
gives you the nominal figures.
Yes.
If you go back to how the teams arrived at those numbers, it will tell you whether or not, Charlie, this country, that is their true level. Like in broad terms, if we are assessing Ghana, they should be drawing teams like Niger. They should be losing to Niger and Sudan. If we accept that that is Ghana's level, and so there should be no consequence, right? If we accept that, oh, that is Ghana's level, if Sudan beats us, it is no problem. Then if we make it out of this group, then we can look at that and say, that is a team that historically we expect that they should be losing to, they should have the sort of form that has led them to this point. And so if they make it out of the group, they have exceeded expectations, they have overperformed. However, if we agree that the performances that have led us to this point should not be the standard of the Black Stars, that against Sudan, Angola, we should not go through an AFCON qualifying cycle and not win any of those games. If we agree that our standards are higher than what we saw last year, then by the same logic, when we show up at the World Cup and we're able to nick 4 points and make it out of the group, we are performing something closer to
Our level.
where we are expecting. In any event, what is Ghana's record at the World Cup?
Quarterfinal,
Of the
round
4
of
times
16.
that we have been there, it's only on one occasion that we did not make it out of the group.
Twice.
The
2014
Yes,
and
yes.
2022.
and 2022.
So it's 50-50. 50% of the time we made it out.
So
50%
you have
of
not-
the time we didn't make
You
it out.
have not. That is your level.
What is
Like
your
there's
level?
a good chance that when you go there, you will make it out of the group. It's
It's
a
50-50. Is it me too? I can say there's a good chance that we'll finish
Of
last.
course. As for 50-50, 50-50.
It's 50-50.
it is a case of glass half being half full or
Half empty.
Me, I'm looking
The
at
last
it.
2 times you've gone there, you've been last, Pepe. You
That's
as
the
good
last
as your
2 times, to be fair,
performance.
yeah.
I get
You're
that, but
talking
I'm
about
saying
your
that
first 2.
I'm saying that if all of us agree, because we cannot in one breath, when we lose to Sudan, come and sit here and say that, Charlie, there needs to be consequences because this is not our standard.
We didn't lose.
If that is our
Sudan is-
collective belief that the performances that we complain of, because those performances are not isolated from what reflects on the FIFA rankings. They are the performances that have led us into the points that we have accumulated on the FIFA rankings. So if we all agree and accept that
Friends,
that is not our true level,
All right, Achu, let's move it on. Sincho, what do you want to say?
forget what Achu is saying. Forget Achu.
I can't forget it.
Forget Achu. Forget Achu. Look, friends, we've not been to the we've been to the World Cup 4 times. This one includes we went to the World Cup 4 times, right?
Yeah.
But this one includes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now the first 2 times we went out of the group stages.
Yes, we
It
made
was
it
a
to round of
period where-
16 and quarterfinal, yes.
Yes. We progressed past the group stages.
Mhm.
There was a time where across board the Black Stars were doing well.
Mhm.
Then we come into 2014, we went out of the group at the group stage.
Mhm.
Still, the Blacks were doing well on the African continent. But in 2018, we didn't qualify because we were declining.
Mhm.
We declined down to the point that now when we go to AFCONs, we are eliminated at the group stage.
Yes.
Then we declined again that we can't qualify to the AFCON.
That was
You
the
know what I'm
bottom
saying?
of the decline.
So that is the bottom of the decline. Now, we some way, somehow, magically, some way, somehow, squeeze ourselves into the water. Right?
Uh-huh.
You can't look at me and tell me that based on your recent history in football, having not qualified for the 2018 World Cup, leaving the group stage as in Qatar, getting knocked out at the recent AFCON, and now qualifying for the AFCON, you can't look at me and tell me that because from 20 years ago, you were in the last 16, and some 16 years ago or 15 years ago, you were in the quarter final. If you come to the World Cup and you make it out of the group stage, it is nothing. This is your standard. The current fact is that at the moment you are not good.
That is
At
true.
the moment, you don't qualify to the AFCON. At the moment, you don't get out of the group stages at the AFCON.
Yes.
So if you go and get out of the group stages at the World Cup, or you progress from the group stage at the World Cup, you can't tell me it's not something that can be said not to be significant.
Yeah.
But even at the World Cup, look, this was 2018. Then you drew some way and qualify to Qatar by Nigeria. You were knocked down to the group stages. You are going back again thinking that what you have arrived. You have to qualify from the group stage. No, my point is, if Ghana goes there and Ghana qualifies from the group phase, Ghana would have done well.
Yes.
Based on Ghana's current form. That is not to say that we accept our current form. That is to say that we are realistic enough to accept where we are. What has to be done so that we find high-level, consistent performances.
Yeah.
At the moment, this is who and what we are. It's my own for 20 years.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I have a question.
So in other words, hold on. In other words, Sicho is trying to say that based on our current run, let's even say in the last 10 years, where we are now, qualifying for the World Cup is an outlier based on our current run. And that if we go to the World Cup and we make it out of the group, that singular performance at the World Cup would have been considered an overachievement based on our current form. Which means that if we get knocked out at the group stages, we can be disappointed, but we cannot genuinely look at it and say that.
But the first part of your deduction of what he said is not supported by the facts.
Which one?
The fact that qualifying for the World Cup is an outlier. No, we've qualified for 2 of the last 3. So
You don't understand.
I get that, but
look,
I'm saying that
for a
if
country-
we want to make that deduction, then before you come in, I have a question for Sicho. I
Yes,
get
sir.
everything he's saying. However,
boss.
is he by that logic admitting that the form that we saw in the AFCON qualifiers, in the AFCON that he referenced, that is our true level now, and so we have to accept that and not expect that there will be consequences
No,
for.
he actually stated that. You were not listening. He said it doesn't mean we should accept it, but he said that's the reality. The reality is you were knocked out.
What is the reality? That is our true level.
Yes, that's your true level. You were knocked out at back-to-back AFCON and failed to qualify. So the decline.
That's 3 cycles.
So what's your
That's
level?
3 different
What's your level?
Exactly.
What's your
That's
level?
he's saying that
What's
that's
your
the
level?
he said
But
that.
if you accept that, that's
Yes,
our true
that's your
then-
level.
yeah,
No,
that's the
He
interpretation
doesn't-
I will accept.
He doesn't need to accept it. It's the reality.
No, friend, you see, mine.
It's not what you have to accept
It's
to.
just simple.
Look, you know what you have to do? You can accept that you're a Ghanaian or you're not a Ghanaian, but the facts will still reveal that you're a Ghanaian.
That is it.
You
That
can't
is
go and
it.
say that.
So long as you
I
hold
don't
the Ghana
accept that I'm a
passport.
Ghanaian.
Look,
You can't say that I don't accept that I'm a Ghanaian. You're a Ghanaian, Papa, by fact.
Yeah.
In your mind, you don't accept it. But the
but
fact is
Sicho,
that
Man,
you're a Ghanaian.
I can also say that I identify
Okay,
as
guys, hold on. Danny K, you wanted to say something?
yeah, just this one here is simple logic.
Yes.
2006,
Yes.
when we qualified for our first World Cup,
Yes.
qualifying from the group stages was an achievement.
It was big one.
We still celebrate it today.
Yes.
2010, second World Cup, qualifying from the group stages was an achievement. In fact, had we lost against USA, we still would have celebrated it because we were very happy the team was able to make it out of the
The only African team.
only African team. Then we went all the way to the quarterfinals.
Based there, that's what it would be. If you're in the central zone, it means that you will play your games in 3 U.S. cities and 3 Mexico cities, or Mexican cities. It means you can crisscross and play games between those. So Dallas, Houston, Kansas City in America, and Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey in Mexico. These 6 cities form the central region. So if you're based there, that's what it's going to be. Or if you're in a group that is based there, that's what is going to happen. But the individual decision of where the actual team is based, as in like where the team's camp will be, that's up to the countries to determine. So you can decide that you will pitch your camp in Mexico. You can decide that you pitch your camp in Vancouver. You will decide that you pitch your camp in of course, Canada or somewhere in America. That's completely up to you, the team, to determine. So if Ghana wants to be based in Mexico, that's up to them. But also remember that where your group will be based, whether Western, Eastern, or Central, is what will determine where you want to form your your base as well. Sicho, you have something to say?
I'm saying that if that's the case, no African team will pay the account in either Canada or Mexico.
Why not? Why not?
If it is left to them, if it's left to them to determine when to pay the account. Wait. Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask Ganesh a question.
Uh-huh.
If Ghana would be on the east coast or the eastern side of the
Venues.
divide,
Mm-hmm.
will you Ghanaians forgive the TFA to say that instead of picking any of the cities there, they will pick Ghana's camp in what's the country? What's the town on that side?
Toronto.
Or Montreal?
Toronto.
Or Toronto. Or what's the Mexican city on that side?
There's no
Okay.
Mexican city there. So the Eastern Zone has 1 Canadian city and then 5 American cities.
So you have 5 Americans. Then you will go tell me that Ukraine will come and tell me and Ghanaians that we have 5 years that will pitch our camp in Toronto.
Yes.
Who is serious?
Why, you don't like Canada? Do you have something against Canada?
It's not me. Me, I'm not going to the USA. It's not me. I'm just asking Ghanaian fans.
If your group is, if for example, if you are drawn in Group A, that one there no automatically that you are going to Mexico because Group A will play the opening match. Okay, so if you happen to be a team that is in Port 4 and you enter Group A, that means that most likely opening match, Mexico City.
We'll go and come.
Azteca.
Friends.
Yes.
We'll play the game in Mexico City, no problem. I won't sleep in Mexico City.
It's quick.
This is my first sleep when you play your game.
So that's for information for you as far as the World Cup is concerned. I hope that you've started to make your arrangements because it's going to get chaotic and you really need to prepare for the World Cup. If you don't go to USA Canada 2026, you might as well wait for Ghana, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire 2038. Very, very important, okay? We will talk about that right after this. It's partly brought to you by Betway, and it's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Please bet and share your codes with friends and fans and followers, and if they place bets using your code, you will earn 4% of their wager. And it doesn't really matter whether it's a win or loss. If they bet with your code, you earn 4% of the cash with their wager. The cash of their wager. This means that the more people bet with your code, the more you will earn. So start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer, exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. And the CDD Ghana Democracy and Governance Annual Flagship Lecture is here again. This year's event features a leading investigative journalist on illegal mining, Erastus Asaridonko, our very own, who will speak on the topic Galamsey, a country's search for solutions in plain sight, and will be chaired by Professor Frimpong Boateng. It's on the 27th of November 2025 at 5:30 p.m. at the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences that is located near Alliance Francaise and CSIR. This event is free and is open to the public. You don't want to miss this enlightening discussion. And tomorrow, UPSA is inviting you to move, smile, and celebrate 6 decades of transformative education. So come join students, staff, alumni, and public for the UPSA at 60 Health-a-thon, Wellness in Motion. It starts from 6 a.m. tomorrow at the UPSA campus. From free health screenings and high-energy aerobic sessions led by professional instructors to fun games like tag of war, sack races, and team relays, there's something for everyone. So come in your UPSA at 60 t-shirt and comfortable sportswear. For enquiries, call 0244-220-106 or email upsa60sec SEC at upsamail.edu.gh. UPSA scholarship with professionalism. Don't miss it. And right after the walk, you can go to the Okada Day Rally 2025. It's at Manchagbona Park, Jamestown, Accra at 10 a.m. As part of efforts to stem the national pandemic of road accidents caused by motorbikes, the National Christian Men's Forum, a grouping of men's fellowships of partner churches in cooperation with the National Commercial Motor Riders Union and the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship, will hold the first ever National Okada Day Rally on Saturday, the 22nd of November. That's tomorrow at Manchagbona Park, Jamestown, Accra. It starts from 10 a.m. In addition to speeches and exhortations, the rally will crown the most knowledgeable Okada riders to be selected through an interzonal quiz organized by National Road Safety Authority and the Accident Victim Support Foundation. Prizes will be donated by SIC, Yamaha Motor Company, and the Pentecost Men's Ministry. Adum FM and Adum TV, two media giants within the multimedia broadcasting stables, have placed their might behind this as our own very much corporate social responsibility. And the BT Praise is back. BT Praise 2025, a Thanksgiving and worship experience set to lift hearts and unite voices. Join us for an unforgettable night featuring celebrated gospel ministers such as Team Eternity, the Defe team. Oh my God, I love that song. Kofi Pepra, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, Pastor Ella of ICGS Christ Temple, Pastor Nanama, alongside inspiring speakers and powerful visual arts. This gathering brings together individuals from the beauty industry, our customers, families, and all loved ones to praise and worship God. And our mission is to stir your spirit, unite our community, and ignite hope within the industry. Beauty Praise 2025 isn't just an event, it's an encounter. It's on Friday, that is today, 21st of November, from 6 p.m. So get ready to go. It will last only 3 hours, 6 to 9. It's at ICGC Christ Temple East, inside Shadow. Proud sponsors are Senam Wellness and Spa, Exit Standards Limited, Coxwell Group, Makeup Ghana, East Cantonment Pharmacy, Black Secret Hair Center, and Snippet. And it's powered by First Choice Beauty Salon. Media partner, the Multimedia Group. You can still call 050-734-3159 for inquiries. 050-734-3159. There will be free transport available to and from all locations. Come with expectation, leave with inspiration. And 2025 December on Joy season is kicking off in style with an uplifting experience as your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM, brings you beautiful moments to relive the glorious story of the birth of Christ. It's Joy FM's Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols happening at the Labadi Beach Hotel on Saturday, 13th December 2025. It will be an evening filled with your favorite Christmas carols, drama, comedy, and powerful scripture readings. Experience live performances from Joe Metal, Quindolin, Pierce Samuel, Pastor Samuel Somoa, Oforian Ponsa, Grace Shorel, Lexi the Comic, and many more. This is a celebration of faith, joy, and togetherness that you simply can't miss. Remember, it's the Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols on the 13th of December at the Labadi Beach Hotel. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. To attend this event, last week, a lot of you sent in the messages. So you can continue today as well. They will reach out to you. To attend the event, simply send the word invite and then add the hashtag join9lessons and send it to our WhatsApp number 055-1111997 to reserve a seat. It's free, but we have limited seats. So sending your invitations or sending your request, to do that, just send the word invite. Okay? Invite hashtag join9lessons and send it to the number 055-1111997. Our team will reach out to you and confirm your seat for the event on the 13th of December. All right, so let's do that. Anyway, it's 36 minutes after 2 p.m. in the studio here, 37 minutes actually right now. So we have about 27 more minutes to go through a number of issues, plus lots of your messages that have also come through. So let me read some messages now, and then I'll go to Achu and Daniel and Sicho, who are still with me. Quite a number of them have come to here. This message says, Ruud Gullit and Rijkaard, formerly of AC Milan, all have Suriname backgrounds. That is true. Same as Curaçao. A lot of them are actually using Dutch players, like Dutch-born players, you know. Curaçao, for example, that's how they managed to qualify for the World Cup. They have a lot of Eredivisie players in there, and their coaches are all Dutch, from Rijkaard to
Kimbap, what rightly belongs to them.
Their colonizers are the
Exactly.
Dutch, so they have a huge Dutch settlement.
Exactly.
settlement in their country.
So, you know, Dick Advocaat, Frank Rijkaard, all of them have coached them. Why are you still looking at me like that?
How? Am I not supposed to make eye contact? You are talking to us. I have to look at you.
I'm talking to the audience, but your eye contact was weird when I said Descartes Vocat.
How so?
Let's move on and read more messages. Okay.
Who's through us?
This one says, hello, Fentu. Personally, I didn't like the extension of the participating teams at the World Cup initially, but seeing nations like Jordan, Uzbekistan, Curacao, Capo Verde qualify for the first time is very refreshing. That's the beauty of the game. Kweku from Koforodua, I agree with you 100%. It's really nice to see. It's the World Cup. It has to be global in nature. This message says, this is from Seidu Adamu, I believe. He says, Ghana has never won a game against any World Cup winner. We must do everything possible to avoid them. Interesting. All right. So that's an interesting one. Now, this one says, if the rankings determine everything, then, hold on. If the rankings determine everything, then the number one ranked team will win the World Cup. And so there's no need to play the competition. Is that the point? Courage also in Koforidua with the question. This one says, hi, friend, enjoying the show. Can you guys explain how DR Congo delivered a tactical masterclass against Nigeria and dominated them for 120 minutes? Stanley Inachimota wants to know the magic of the SAP. Okay. This one is from Clavet Benate, who says, what if Ghana is playing in Canada and you have an American visa but not a Canadian visa? That one there. You did or there. So if we go get the Canadian visa like that. But I'm sure there would be some sort of special arrangement. There has to be. Especially if you happen to have fans of a country that's playing maybe 2 games in America and they have to play 1 game in Canada. Right that moment, there has to be some kind of sort of e-visa, e-permit, something to attach to the US visa and go to that country. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense, to be honest. So I think, I suspect that could still happen. So your question is legitimate, is valid. Or we might as well stop bothering and wait for our own World Cup in 2038.
Oh, no, it has to be. I mean, once you decide to expand it and introduce something exciting yet very complex, especially for the purposes of travel and access, you need to be prepared to work around the challenges that they will introduce. Because and you see, the numbers that we're talking about here means you need to open it up. Each of those countries is coming with about 20,000 spectators.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why Danike is laughing?
He doesn't want me to answer the question you asked.
No, that wasn't the
question.
That's not what I intended for it. But I didn't ask a specific question, so to be fair to Achu. So I was trying to say
you were not paying attention. That's the thing. You were not paying attention.
So let me make the statement again. No, let me make the statement again. See if you respond the same way.
Yes.
So we'll see whether Daniel is right
Yes.
or not. I said that they have to figure out a way to get fans across the border without having to get them to apply for multiple visas. And that they have to do that to make it a nice experience for Ghanaians. If not, for Ghanaians, we might as well just forget it and wait for 2038 when we get to host, isn't it?
I know.
He's moving to a new topic.
Didn't
He
want to
expected
go
you
there
to
with
comment
you.
on that.
Okay, so we shouldn't talk about that. All right, cool. We can
I didn't
move
say
on.
you shouldn't talk about it.
So why did you not pick up on it?
I know, but I'm saying that
didn't
when
pick
you
up on
ask
it,
the opening
Master, you were not paying
question
attention.
like that.
You didn't press your phone with the guy.
But how come I responded to the first part?
Yeah.
You didn't even
That was by the way. By the way, but 2038, is it realistic or is it the minister is just?
It's not.
Okay, then we'll move on. There's no need to.
Cynthia Ofori.
Go.
Cynthia Ofori.
It's not serious.
We can't host the World Cup.
No.
Master, let's be serious.
What does it take to host the World Cup that we can't do it?
Seriousness. We are not serious.
What do you mean we are not serious?
How many minutes do we have?
You have 5.
Okay.
Africa Games.
Yes.
How did you go?
So wait. We were supervising a budget of around 245 million. There was a scandal. Imagine having to supervise a budget of...
People were so
because
people of our
for the
pocket
World
will
Cup,
help you.
we are looking at maybe something between 12 and 20 billion
Not necessarily,
dollars.
but it is going to be expensive. So yesterday on Sports Now, we were breaking down how much countries have spent in the past on World Cups.
Okay.
South Africa did it for 3 billion. Then Brazil more than quadrupled it to 15 billion. Then Russia showed you could actually do it with less because they had existing facilities, $14.2 billion. Then Qatar sort of blew everyone else out of the water with 220 billion US dollars.
And I said 12 to 25. You said not necessarily?
From each country. It doesn't necessarily need to come from each of the three of us. Yeah. So you perhaps could do $5 billion each from each of the three countries put together, and 15 billion US dollars.
Why 15? What do you have already that you think only 15 billion can do it?
So that's why I was saying that for a country like that, for Russia, theirs was less because they had existing facilities.
Which
so
you
in the
have.
context of countries who have it, that could work.
We don't belong
it.
there.
We don't,
Yes.
which is true. Now, the monies that we're seeing, so even if you do maybe 25 to 30 billion US dollars, the things that the money would go into is the reason a lot of people don't believe it is feasible.
Okay.
The first part of it is the stadium infrastructure.
Yes.
In fact, the football infrastructure, because it goes beyond just the stadium.
Yeah.
In its current formats, you would need a minimum of 10 stadiums that can take 40,000
At
or
least.
more. Yeah. 10 of the stadiums that will host it need to have at least 40,000 seaters or more. Then for the purposes of the semi-final, 2 of them need to be 60K or more. So, and yesterday on the show, someone said, oh, there is already MK Abiola in Nigeria and then Alassane Ouattara. Fair enough. But none of the three countries has a facility that qualifies to host a World Cup final, which is the 80K. So that is something that has to be built from scratch. And
expanded.
Of the 10 others that I mentioned, you would need about 16 new stadiums from, so maybe 5 or 6 each from each of those countries to make it up. But it has to be in place.
Cote d'Ivoire can provide 2 World Cup standard stadiums at the moment. Ghana can provide 0. Nigeria 0.
No, the new one. The new one, the commission.
Alassane Ouattara one.
No, Nigeria.
When?
2022.
It's not new enough.
No, is it Uyo or something?
The Uyo one.
Yeah,
it's not
like
enough.
some 40,000.
Forget capacity. It's just not. It's not modern enough.
Then, because there are 48 teams, if you want to be strict, you need to provide 2 training pitches for each country.
Multiply by 2. That is 96 training pitches.
But if you want to say that Omuhi and Mobile, let's do 1 each, that is still 48 training facilities for each of the countries. Because for the World Cup, they don't ration training schedules. They don't say, let this team train after that.
Hold on. Sicho says what?
The show, if you let me do the show because I'm in the studio, let me find out the
blame the guy sitting behind the console.
What's the problem? You want to say something about the World Cup we are hosting?
For you. We are talking about 2038. 2038. Is that a date? Is that a year?
Yes, that's the year.
People are like, what Ghana can do, what Ghana can. What? When at the time South Africa won the bid to host the World Cup, they didn't have anything. They didn't have anything. At the time Qatar won the bid to host the World Cup, they didn't have anything. The only thing they had was money. So what I do say, we are talking about 2038. If Ghana, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire are awarded a World Cup right by 2026, and in 2038 they are hosting the World Cup, they are capable. At the time Morocco won their bid, Morocco didn't have the infrastructure they are going to use. At the time Brazil won the bid, the Maracana wasn't ready to host the World Cup. It was just there. At the time Russia won their bid, they didn't have the infrastructure they have now. They had to revamp. So what are you talking about?
So existing infrastructure is no deterrent to capacity to host World Cup.
Thank you very much. We will still continue with the thing.
It is, Papa. And now what proposal are you sending there?
The World Cup in
No,
Look at your
The proposal is hope.
Look at the state of your transport.
Wait.
Who is going to give you the rights to?
No. The proposal is not what you have. The proposal is what you can deliver by the time. So when Qatar were going to host the World Cup, they didn't have their underground subway ready. It wasn't available.
No, but you see, if we are to go by that logic, then given time, any country at all can host it.
Let me make a point. Qatar proposed what they could do. South Africa proposed what they could do. You get the point. So it is not that because we don't have a stadium fit enough. Listen, by 2038, the stadiums that are fit to host the World Cup final, the conditions of those stadiums by 2038 would have changed because the game would have even evolved. So in fact, the stadiums that were able to host the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, by 2038, they won't be fit for purpose. The ones that are hosting World Cup in 2018 in Russia, by 2038, they won't be fit for purpose. Why? The demands of the game by that time and the licensing of stadium by that time would have been different. So when you are bidding for the World Cup, it is not what you have now. It is what you are promising to deliver. So I'm saying that Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, if they put their minds to it that they want to host 2038 World Cup, they are more than capable.
Okay, fair enough. Your point is made. I have a question for you. Just answer it briefly for me. What is these three countries' track record? Oh, Sicho, hold on. What's happening? Yeah. Okay, good. So you said the bid is based on what you say you can deliver by the time the World Cup comes around. Correct?
Yes.
Good. What is your track record? These three countries, what's their track record when it comes to delivering on promises?
What Ghana delivered on the promise of 2008 AFCON. Cote d'Ivoire just delivered their promise on the AFCON, which never had a chance to host the World Cup. What was Nigeria's track record? What was South Africa's track record of hosting the World Cup at the time they won the bid?
Not World Cup. We are not talking about World Cup. The track record of delivering on any promise at all. You said it's your track record. You said it's based on your on what you say you can deliver, right?
Yes. It's based on
so I'm saying exactly. So I'm saying that as a people, I'm asking you to reflect. What is our track record when it comes to delivering on promises to give you the confidence that
we delivered 208 AFCON.
Okay.
We delivered African Games. We can talk about if the money was more or less, but to the outside world, we delivered it. Cote d'Ivoire delivered one of the best AFCONs we've seen. So I'm saying that when you pay for the tournament, you can't sit in 2025. What is today's date? 21st of November 2025, and be telling the world that in 2038, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire can host the World Cup. How do you tell that?
So as far as you are concerned, we should go for it.
I can speak for Ghana. As for Ghana, I can speak for Ghana.
Speak for Ghana.
In 2008,
yes,
when we were projecting into 2026,
yes,
do we think that the Accra Sports Stadium will be worse than it was in 2008? It's only Ghana that gas like this. We don't do like this.
We don't go up, we go down.
Yeah. The significant components in the entire bidding process for those countries that Sicho mentioned was their capacity to make the things they said they were going to do.
That's what I mean by track record.
There needs to be a base. You don't just, just give it to anybody.
The money you IMF is giving you, you are going around begging. If IMF hear that you are going to bid for the World Cup, they will get angry and then they'll
what I'm saying.
You are running around begging IMF and people for money.
Okay, guys.
Wait.
Let's get back home. Let's get back home.
If I hear that we have gone to bid
for the record,
all the people,
for the record,
I will let all the
Sicho, hold on for me, Sicho.
Okay.
You have taken people's loans. You cannot pay. Your president said there won't be haircuts. They did the haircuts because you can't pay them. But you are going to commit yourself for a multi-billion-dollar tournament.
Why? They can't. We shouldn't eat.
Oh yes, serious.
Yeah, Sicho. Don't mind this guy. Don't mind this guy.
I'm just showing you the economic muscle.
Please, Sicho, do.
Of all of the countries that have won the hosting rights.
To wrap this point up. Look, Achuk is talking about everything that is happening in between 2020 and 2025. IMF, blah, 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 blah. The IMF can't tell Ghana not to go and bid for the World Cup with a projection of 2038.
Certainly not.
That's it. So it doesn't come in. The IMF, it doesn't come in. Because even for all the countries that hosted the World Cup recently, they have been owing big monies. But they have been hosting it.
USA owes the most money in the world.
In the world, but I'm coming to me at 2 no somebody to work. I'm sure. Look, friends, finally, my point is this. When Qatar said they wanted to host the World Cup, Qatar weren't building their roads. They were not building their stadium. They got support from the international bodies because they realized there was an opportunity. Do you know that if Ghana is able to put a comprehensive bid together with the other neighboring countries to go and pull the World Cup here, do you know the number of investments that will come into the country for that purpose?
All right, Sicho, you've killed the matter. Let's move it on. You are right. I agree with you. In fact, the World Cup, rights, if we get the World Cup rights, it could serve as the bedrock, a springboard for more development, because it means that we'll build more railway, build more roads, build more stadium infrastructure, build accommodation infrastructure. So what? Then we hosted Africa. The AFCON gave us. AFCON gave us four stadiums.
He said bedrock for development.
Yes, and AFCON gave us.
It didn't.
What do you mean?
It didn't.
It was the Accra Sports Stadium what it was.
Facilities we failed to manage. We didn't leverage.
But he gave it to us nonetheless. True.
I'm throwing the word at you.
But do you know that if you go to Brazil, some of the stadia like in Belo Horizonte and are all rotting away. Yes. But they gave it to them. So yes.
And I said our track record shows that we cannot leverage on these tournaments.
All right, cool. Listen, guys, there's
Master, tell Citro to keep quiet.
Citro.
We've muted his mic.
Okay, let's wrap up with quick predictions on some of the games coming up this weekend. Let's begin with the Ghana Premier League, of course, and there are some 2 games tomorrow. Mediama Sporting Club are in action. They are riding very much at the top of the league table. They look very comfortable at the moment.
8 league games.
8 league games unbeaten.
Yeah, 8 consecutive league games unbeaten.
That's a lot. And they're in action tomorrow against Bechem United at home. Karela take on Holy Stars as well. Those 2 matches are on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Summer Test against Kotoko, Hoho United against 11 Wonders. Nations face Bibiani Gold Stars. Vision at home to Lions, Heart of Lions. Young Apostles at home to Heart of Oak. Gianna against Brecum Chelsea. Dreams against Redro or Blacks. And then Kotoko will play an outstanding game 2 days later. And Karim Zito has been very, very, very angry about the fixture pile-up from the Ghana Premier League. But this will be the last outstanding game they will play on the 26th of November. Hopefully, his team can revert to their normal schedule. In the Premier League, there's a big game in the London Derby on Sunday between Spurs and Arsenal. So it's a North London Derby. And then in Serie A, there's a massive game there as well. The Derby della Madonnina between AC Milan and Inter. Inter are the designated home team, I believe. And then Barcelona are returning to the Camp Nou for the first time in, almost 3 seasons. And they will be at home against Athletic Bilbao. That will be quite an interesting one. Let me go around you guys. DK, quick one. The North London Derby should be Atetus. Quick.
Atetus will do their job.
But they don't have Gabriel.
They don't need Gabriel to beat Tottenham.
They've needed him. Oh, okay, well, Spurs, right.
It's Spurs.
Are Spurs really that bad?
They've been bad for a while. The results are now catching up with the performances. I suspect it will continue for a while.
Wow. Yeah. Maresca says that Kopama, no.
Oh, Charlie. But Pamus was so.
You know, the kid has the road
he has a kitchen accident. I want to draw something on his toe. I don't know. It's like he was doing Gary Soakins in the middle of the night.
What was he doing?
The light wasn't on, and he. How you go and stay?
This thing, I didn't want to see it.
I'm listening to you.
I didn't want to see it.
But
so it was like 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Thursday. Was it Thursday? No, 4 a.m. Wednesday.
Don't concoct a story.
Where Pamus called me. Say, Charlie, yawa pie.
What's the yawa?
What happened? I was here, like there was noise in the back. So I said, Charlie, relax. Coley, relax. What did happen? Wait, tell me the matter.
long and short of like, in girlfriend catch him.
Doing
She catch him something.
okay.
She take him out of there. Like what she saw wasn't what she saw.
Okay.
But then they do for the kitchen. Wait, you see the woman. You see woman.
Yes.
Woman,
Yes.
no woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Farmer to get Caribbean blood.
So
woman
then you
did the
walk-
kitchen
thank you.
there.
Where they do and where the thing fall into. You say, wait, hold into way.
How do you come from a long-term injury like this and then and then come and injure your toe? Mariska said he won't be available for the next 3 games as well. That includes this weekend's match and the midweek game against Barcelona. So Palmer could still be some time before.
Then against Arsenal too.
Oh my God! Before he's back, Man, you are playing Monday night
Ow.
against Everton.
Ow.
Chalet.
Ow. I feel sorry for David Moyes.
Why?
Oh, if I were him, I won't come. Because it's better to forfeit and lose 3-0 than to travel from Merseyside to Old Trafford.
Casa.
Oh, Massa.
Because man, you are what? Super team.
What are you talking about?
What are you two
When
talking
was the
about?
last time somebody came to Old Trafford and even got a point? What are you talking about?
What are you two talking about?
I'm asking you a question. When was the last? Some people
When
came.
Chelsea came there,
Some
when
people
Chelsea
came. They took red card. We scored 2. We say no. We want level playing field. So we say, hey, Casemiro, get yourself off. Wait, give him body red card.
Man,
Still,
you
no lie.
deserve everything that happens to you. So I hope that when AFCON comes around and Mbuemo and Ahmad go.
Wait. But have you seen the squad?
Happy
know-
birthday to Karim.
You know Super Mason Mount.
Happy birthday to Karim.
Charlie,
Producer extraordinaire.
today I wake up, some girl before this thing. At the camp no, for the Kokomlemle here. No.
Yes.
She said her name is Fatima.
Uh-huh.
She was coming towards the office.
Uh-huh.
Then she saw me and she was like very enthusiastic.
Uh-huh.
Like she knows me. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
baby girl, what's up? What she said, oh, today is her boyfriend's birthday.
What?
I say, who is your boyfriend? And why should I be excited? She said, oh, today is Sweet Karim's birthday. I said, hey, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Happy birthday to Karim.
Hey.
Producer of Game Plan. Sicho, thank you very much. As usual, always a pleasure. Danny K, thank you. Achu as well. And Muftar was here earlier with us as well. My name is Fento Tahiru Fento. I hope you enjoyed the show. It'll be available as a podcast, and you can watch back the video on the Joy News YouTube channel as well. Our sponsors are Betway and Patreon. So we're back again next Friday with another episode of Game Plan. Until then, do take care of yourself and bye-bye. Up next is the BBC World Service.
A campaign